I'm Dr. Zoe, a licensed psychotherapist and relationship coach. I received an excellent question from a reader at my Ask Dr. Zoe advice column at the Grit and Grace Project. She asked, how do you change your self-talk? Is there any way to train that voice that constantly speaks to you? And my answer is yes, 100 times yes. This is my absolute favorite area to work on with clients because your self-talk is not who you are. It is not your personality, and you were not born with it. Your self-talk develops over a period of time, often in your childhood, and it's basically an agreement between what the world tells you about who you are and what you take on for yourself. And then your self-talk feeds the lens through which you see the world and yourself. So you are making an excellent choice to address it and change it. Transforming your self-talk does not happen overnight though, but it's completely possible if you're diligent about taking the steps to make the change. So you might say, well, what are those steps? So there's 6 steps to transforming your self-talk, and I'm going to talk about them today. I can't dive deep, but I encourage you to dive deep after this. The first step is to track it. Take a week and write down all the things that you say to yourself, especially when you notice you're having an emotional reaction, because you might not really know all the things that you're saying to yourself. So, for example, you might say, it's just better to do it myself instead of asking for help. The next step is to explore it. It might sound like a simple statement, but you need to find out where it came from, where you first noticed that you had that thought. So you want to ask yourself, where did this come from? An example of that is, I was 8 years old and I asked my mom to help me with a school project, and she forgot and I got an F. My mom was pretty busy and she didn't help me a lot when I needed help, and so I guess I learned that I couldn't rely on anyone else but myself. I felt like it was dangerous to ask for help because I would just be disappointed and hurt. Now that's more specific. So with that information, you can now create opposite language. For example, asking for help when I need it is a safe, self-caring choice, and I will ask because I love myself. I also know that I am strong enough to take care of it if I need to. This addresses your fear of rejection. It affirms that you are strong enough, yes, to take care of yourself, but it is also a caring thing to ask for help. The next step is to speak it and write down your positive affirmations 10 times per day. And any other time that you notice that you have negative self-talk, you need to say your affirmation. Step 5 is maintain it. Now this is the hardest part because it's easy kind of to think of what you're saying to yourself, to understand where it came from, and to write down an opposite. Maintaining it is a little more difficult because you're not going to see results immediately. I promise that doing it for a few days will not result in many changes for you. But if you're consistent over months, you'll start to notice a change. Think about it like vitamins or taking your vegetables. The benefits are experienced over time. And a good rule of thumb for transforming your self-talk is to work on speaking to yourself in a way that you would talk to a good friend. You wouldn't put your best friend down or tell her how unattractive, stupid, unwanted, or unloved she is. But many of us regularly speak those words to ourselves, and that is unacceptable. Become your bully defender and don't let yourself speak to yourself that way. 6, revisit. Every 6 months, check in with yourself by tracking your self-talk again and see if anything different comes up, and then adjust your positive affirmations if necessary. Now listen, this one article is not going to be all you need to dive into this work, but it's a great first step. So keep reading, keep exploring, and check out my self-talk course for more help. You got this.